back to basketball. Thankfully, finally, we are here. Caitlin Clark did talk about some basketball in a sense during her time interview, and part of that was LeBron James. LeBron has come to Clark's defense on many occasions. LeBron, the phrase is game recognizes game or real recognizes real. He has come out since she was in college, really, and supported her and talked about how she's the truth. He also said, that the women of the WNBA, the reason for the changes they got, I think this was when the charter flight thing came out, was because of Caitlin Clark, and that she shouldn't be, crapped on for that, but, should be thanked for that, or whatever the phrasing may be. Congratulated, I guess you could say, in the midst of all this. She should be congratulated, not condemned. But regardless, every time she had a big performance, not every time, but many times after she had a big performance, LeBron would say something on social media like "hi haters" in regards to Clark. And I think he understands that because he's had so many haters over the course of his career. In fact, I would say LeBron is probably the closest thing I've ever seen to Caitlin Clark in regards to just a lightning rod without there being as much, to actually lightning rod about. I mean, LeBron has been more outspoken than Caitlin, so I get some of that. But in general, you're talking about a tremendous basketball player, objectively speaking, and yet people try to figure out and do acrobatics to hate on them. So Clark was asked about that in the course of her time interview and had an interesting comment relative to LeBron James as well in the process.
LeBron never messaged me directly, but it's been cool to just see his support of myself and the W overall. You can tell he really watches and turns it on, and yeah, he's been kind of a big fan of myself from college and now in the W. So I mean, he's the greatest basketball player of all time, so I think that's pretty cool.
And of course, her calling LeBron the greatest basketball player of all time will surely stir up some debate because of the LeBron-Jordan debate. I agree with Caitlin Clark's assessment. I think there has never been a player who has impacted a team more as an individual than LeBron James. That's the way I'll put it. He does everything on the floor. And I can see how Clark, aside from LeBron seeing himself in Clark with this hate, I think Clark could see herself in LeBron in the way she plays. I actually think she's closer to LeBron than a lot of the other comparisons, especially when you consider how well she finished at the rim. She takes command of the entire offense, right? Just like LeBron. She has insane court vision, just like LeBron. She could take it to the rack and finish just like LeBron. She's a great dime artist, just like LeBron. The deep shooting is kind of just like, yes, it's Steph. That's more Steph. But LeBron has been one of the best deep shooters in the NBA for several years now. So it still tracks with the overall comparison. LeBron, in his heyday, was a better defender, a more impactful defender, but Clark doesn't get enough credit for her defense and rebounding. She blocked a lot of shots. She got a lot of rebounds for a guard, so she also impacted the game in that way, not to mention getting the ball and igniting the break in transition, another thing LeBron James did. So I think when it comes to just commanding a team, commanding the attention of the other team, and impacting every aspect of the game, Caitlin Clark is a lot like LeBron James, who she calls the greatest basketball player of all time. Perhaps by the time it's all said and done, it will be GOAT, recognized GOAT.